Before we begin talking about genetics and heredity, let's take a step back and look at the essential features of life. Everything living on planet Earth is either a cell or multiple cells. And this is important because all cells have an inside and an outside. And the reason why that's important is because separating the two allows the organism to maintain its internal environment. So like a human being, we maintain about 98 degrees Fahrenheit. And we call this homeostasis. Now, a lot of people also argue that in order to be considered alive on this planet, an organism must be able to obtain energy. So a lot of, for example, organisms get their energy from the sun. So this organism is going to be a sun bathing organism. So that's important to life too. Now, another thing is all organisms on planet Earth that we consider alive respond and react with the environment. And even the most simple organisms have very complex chemical reactions that occur inside them. We call that metabolism. Life also has to be able to reproduce. Now, the key thing that we are going to be talking about really is the ability to pass on traits. And this happens in a special way. I'm going to change the colors here. In order to pass on your traits, you have to have a way to store your traits. And all things alive on this planet have a way to store their traits. We're going to talk a lot about that. In fact, we're going to spend a lot of time defining and talking about how organisms store their information that codes is their blueprint for what they are, that builds them. And then the next part is heredity. How do they pass on those traits to the next generation? This is what we're going to be talking about. I want you to notice this little detail that happened here. See how this cell is just a little bit different than this one? So life doesn't just reproduce. It reproduces with variation, which is very important. So we're going to talk about how organisms store the information that makes them and how they pass that on to replicate and create variation.